So what have I been watching? First up, I watched Flash Gordon. This is the 4K remaster from Arrow Video. Um, I like this movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it has some great aspects about it, like special effects, things like that. But just tried so much to be like Star Wars. It just didn't really work out. It didn't have the kind of fun characters and world that Star Wars had. It didn't have the same feel, and that's why it never took off. That's why a lot of these things that try to be Star Wars in the 70s and in the 80s never worked out. And this was one of them. But I must reiterate, the 4K of this movie is incredible. The colors pop off the screen, like incredible stuff, and just absolutely stunning visuals. And I know there's a cult audience for this movie, and I get it. I like this movie. I just don't think it's a great movie. I think it has a lot of flaws, and I think there's definitely a good reason why it didn't take off like the studio intended. So I'm going to put it back in this drawer where I keep some of my movies that don't really fit on my other shelves. Then I watched The Devil Wears Paradas. I actually watched this yesterday, and I put this in a pile, and I meant to put it in the last video, and this pile was to get rid of because this movie was bad, and I forgot it was there, and so I forgot about this movie. I found it, and I was like, oh crap, I need to talk about it. So Meryl Streep is in this movie. That's why I bought this. It was cheap at Best Buy. Meryl Streep was in it. I thought, oh no. I was looking for cheap movies to buy. I'd buy all the cheap ones I wanted that they had. Caddyshack, Clash of the Titans, just Dodgeball, lots of movies. Bought them all. And I said, well, alright, I'll check this one out. Because it got Meryl Streep in it. I like Meryl Streep. Say what you will about her. She's a talented actress. And it was just a generic, bland, romantic movie about fashion. And, I know it's like a stereotype. The guys hate every type of romantic movie. It's not a stereotype. It's not that guys hate romantic movies, because, most of them are bad and made to pander towards women. That's just a fact, and, most of them are not good. There are good ones. There are ones that guys like. I love The Wedding Singer. I love 500 Days of Summer. I love I like a good rom-com. Well, I won't say I love a good rom-com, but I like a good one, And, it's not our fault that most of the ones are trash and made to pander towards women, and they do so effectively that most women love bad rom-coms. Every bad rom-com has a huge audience for women, and, I don't know, but I didn't like it. Then I watched Legally Blonde 1. Full disclosure, I don't know where I saw this trailer, but I saw this trailer on YouTube. I know where I saw the trailer. I don't know exactly why I saw this trailer. It's not like this is a new movie, obviously. But I thought this actually looks pretty funny. I want to watch this. They had it at Walmart. 2 movies, $5. And I said, alright, I'll watch it. And it was just a bad movie. It was making fun of the stereotype of the dumb blonde, but it just didn't work out very well. And it just wasn't very funny. It wasn't very interesting. But here's the plus side. Reese Witherspoon is nice to look at, and so yeah, this movie's garbage, but Reese Witherspoon is nice to look at. So basically, if you stare at an hour and a half, just look up a picture on Google of Reese Witherspoon for an hour and a half, you'll get all the enjoyment that you will get from watching the movie. If you're a guy, I don't know. The girls, I could see girls liking it more, but again, like I said with the other movie, generic, bad movie. It's just I don't know. I've never actually liked with Reese Witherspoon, but she is an attractive woman. There's nothing more to say about it than that. She's attractive. Shut up. I watched Over the Hedge. I collect these DreamWorks movies. I want to get every single one except for like Boss Baby. Boss Baby's terrible. They have other terrible movies, but Boss Baby is so terrible that like I can't even stand to look at the cover of it. And so this is Over the Hedge. I watched this. This is the first time it's been available in Blu-ray. It looked okay in Blu-ray quality. The movie never looked great because this. Look at this. Look at these character designs. They're kind of it. But I sat down. I watched it, and I never really liked this movie. I didn't find it very funny. It could have been more clever than it was. It had a great cast. You had Steve Carell, Bruce Willis, Wanda Sykes. This was back when Bruce Willis actually acted and gave a crap about movies. But it just, yeah. It just doesn't have anything. It's got that Boomerang Adventure short on the bonus features. It's got a filmmaker commentary. I'm interested to see what that is. These DreamWorks actually Blu-rays are not that bad. They're pretty reasonably priced. They go down in price. Really nice looking. And I don't like the slip covers and how these look, right? Just with the two characters on the front. They're very lazy, but too many companies do this. But let's be real, okay? There are movies that have been available to purchase since 1998, okay, on DVD. Ants, Prince of Egypt, stuff like that. And they've never been on Blu-ray until like a couple years ago. So, I could sit here and complain about this slipcover being lazy, but I'm just happy I own this movie in Blu-ray quality instead of just DVD. That's what I'm happy about. I think we all should be supportive of these releases, even though they're not the best slipcovers. Yes, I would prefer better artwork, but I'm just happy to have it. Even if I don't like the movie very much. I watched the first Planet of the Apes movies. So, when I say first, I mean the one from 1968. The very original Planet of the Apes. So this set has Planet of the Apes, right here. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Sorry, I have to read these because I've actually never watched these. I've seen the first one, the original, and then I've seen, of course, the trilogy that just came out. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, and then Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And then the Burton remake from 2001. Here are the 4K and Blu-ray editions of the new trilogy, Rise, Dawn, War. You get the point. It has every single one in here. 50th anniversary edition of this set of movies. And I'm going to watch them all. Probably very slowly because these aren't the most fun movies to watch. They're kind of miserable in tone. I did not like the very first movie that much. It had a cool, interesting concept. I respect its ambition. I think it had a lot of great aspects about it. I liked a lot of the makeup in it, but it just was like, it was a good movie. But I don't know if I would say I loved it, though. Because a lot of it was interesting concepts for the time. Now we see a lot of those types of movies. I've seen movies that do it better. I've seen things that parody it better and are a lot more fun. And the new trilogy kind of gives me a lot more to think about than these films do. So, yeah, I like these movies, though. Apocalypse Now. I watched the theatrical 1979 theatrical version yesterday, and so today I watched the Redux version. I was very surprised how much the film actually was different. It had a lot of extended scenes, longer scenes, like extended longer, whatever, means same thing. But they had new scenes that added context. There was a lot less silence and ambiguity and less time to think. There was a lot more music, and so for me, I didn't like it for that reason. I preferred the ambiguity, kind of silence part of it, because when I was watching it the other day, I was like, man, I was surprised how little talking there is in this movie, how much silence there is. But I know that might bother some people, so this version kind of gives them it. But this is still such a thought-provoking, interesting movie that I don't know if I'd want that kind of movie. I want to be able to think about it a lot more and kind of leave more of it in my mind. It still has the great cinematography, performances, all that type of stuff, but it didn't give me the same power and emotions that the theatrical version did. The final cut. I have not watched it, and I will be watching that probably tomorrow. I haven't decided when I'm going to watch this, but Apocalypse Now. I really recommend this movie edition, because it's just, the artwork on this is beautiful. It never looked this good on Blu-ray before this, because of the fact that the way they remastered it, they didn't go back from the original film elements, and now they did. So they remastered the Blu-rays, and they put the 4Ks in there, which are even better than the Blu-rays. Tons of bonus features, just fantastic. I love this shot because that's one of the best shots in the film. Bum 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 bum. So I watched Jaws 2 yesterday. I kind of mentioned this. It's just the same as the first movie, so I don't really have too much to say about it. I watched Jaws 3 today, and Jaws 3 was... So what's unfortunate about Jaws 3 is, unless you put the solo Blu-ray of Jaws 3, you do not get the 3D glasses, which kind of pisses me off. It's like, you should have put that in here. Right here. Because then you could watch, because you cannot watch Jaws 3 not in 3D. The reason why is it holds on shots, because those shots are supposed to be a lot more impressive in 3D. So without that, you're just sitting there like, why is this shot so ridiculously long? Because it just sits there on one thing on the screen for about 5-10 minutes sometimes. And you're like, what? It's still a really fun, stupid movie, but it's like, unless you're watching it in 3D, the way it came out in the theater, or at home with the original Jaws Blu-ray, Jaws 3 Blu-ray, that is, it does not look good. And it's the only one that was in 3D. But yeah, I like Jaws and 3 a lot. I think it's really stupid fun. But yeah, Jaws 4, we'll talk about that in the next video. Let's just say I don't like Jaws 4.